Hey YouTube, I know I do a lot of videos and stuff, and it's just that I like to talk about different things. And the movie that I wanted to talk about actually is called Missing on Tubi. And it's really good because we always talk about the stepdad, and a lot of stepdads or people, boyfriend, husband, have bad intentions. But this particular movie I thought was so good because it was so unique, because it talked about a stepmom and her evil intentions. And I just wanted to talk about that briefly. I wanted to talk to the men today. If you're dating a woman and you have children and she's not interested in creating a bond with them, or she's not concerned for them, that is a red flag. And in this movie, it talks about two different women. One, their child was missing, but she was just at a friend house. She wasn't really missing for real. And then the other one, she was killed by her stepmother. Yeah, that's what made it so intriguing. Like, when you watching it, it's like, who could have did this to her? It was her own stepmother. She was so jealous. And it happens sometimes. Men, and I'm not like trying to put men down, but a lot of men don't know how to balance. So sometimes it will feel like they putting their daughters before their partner. Whether as us as women, we know how to balance. We know how to be there for our kids and our man, so nobody feels left out. But oftentimes, a lot of men don't know how to do that. And even the mother of the children might get jealous, because it's like men will spend way more time with their kids, like a really good dad, than their partner. And it can suck at times, especially when you are on a date, and especially if the daughter is grown and she's calling the father and he stops everything he's doing for her, but she has a husband herself or a fiance, and it's like, well, why can't he do it? But it's just the lack of balance or whatever. But with this woman, she was jealous, and she allowed her jealousy to consume her to the point that she killed the girl, because she felt like, because the plan was the girl was supposed to move in with her dad and the stepmom, right? So the stepmom wasn't having it. She was like, oh no, I don't want this girl in my house. So she set it up. She knew that the daughter was dating or looking for a guy on the internet. So she pretended to be a guy to lure her. And it was so crazy how she did it. And she abducted her and killed her own stepmother. So I just wanted that to be said to men. If you're dating a woman and she has like no interest to have a bond, or no interest to really connect, because they say something in the movie with the two mothers. She's like, oh, they've been together for 7 years, and the girls don't have an opinion about her. She's kind of distant. That is a red flag, because any woman that is not family orientated, either she's not interested in you, or like she has other intentions, because that's not normal. That's not normal. For some people, maybe the person might be disengaged because they never had a family of their own. That's possible. But any normal person that is dating a man with children, she's gonna want that closeness, because she understands how important it is. If you get approved by the girls, then your relationship with your man gets better. And if they don't approve of you, it can kind of put a damper in your relationship. It can. So with the movie Missing, it was so good because it has twists and turns. And we all thought it was the guy at first that she met up with, and then you like, as you watching it, you like, no, it can't be him, because he actually disappeared. Like, she actually did meet up with a dude, but he just disappeared on her. And I guess he played a part because, like, They don't really bring that out, but the main thing is the stepmom knew she was there, lured her, and killed her. And that's something you don't really hear. I thought it was very original. But yeah, check that movie out, Missing on Tubi. And it made the ex-wife and husband, it made their relationship stronger. And so the stepmom doing all of this, that was stupid. And that's another thing I wanted to say about jealousy. Like, when people act on jealousy, you just making karma be more messed up towards you, because common sense, if the girl is missing, don't you think he's gonna be at the house? And that's exactly what happened. She was missing, she was murdered, and what did he do? He was in the house with his ex-wife. Naturally, they start cooking together, and they start getting closer as parents, because at the end of the day, those were her parents, right? So now you just made them get closer. That was stupid. And then now that they find out you did it, they might be getting back together now, And he starts reminiscing too. He's like, I should have never cheated, and this, that, and the third. And, he want his original family back. And, that's why it's not good to be jealous. And jealousy is stupid, because you doing all this stuff, that's just going to make him go back to his ex-wife. Like, that doesn't make sense, But check it out, Missing on Tubi. It's really good. It also, what I wanted to talk about is the first girl that faked her missing report, like she wasn't really missing for real. I feel like that's a psychiatric issue, because there's nothing normal about that. And when she came back home, she just made her do extra chores. But if my child was to fake a disappearing act, it's time to like definitely see a shrink. And just in general, like, I was thinking, like, what's the difference between people who are sane and insane? Or somebody might say, you crazy girl. That girl that's crazy, or that guy that's crazy, a lot of people that are, titled that, they don't have nobody to talk to. Like, it's always, and I can't stress that, like, I have people that I could talk to. I have friends that I could talk to. And that's important. That's very important. If you don't have a therapist, have friends, have family, have somebody you could just talk to. That's important, because that's what keeps you sane. That's what's going to keep you together up here. And I can't stress that enough. And when we think about teenagers, we often think about them as children, and they're not. They're actually young adults with real emotions and real feelings. And before tragedy strikes, it's good to talk to them. And talking helps. And I try to talk to my son a lot of the times. He's closed out. We went to the movies yesterday. I mentioned I went with my dad, but my son came with us. He usually goes with my dad. That's like his bestie, and I'm happy that they have that relationship. But it's important to touch base with your kids, see what's in their head, because with me, I didn't have that relationship with my parents. My parents are very religious and old school, so I couldn't talk to them about a lot of things. But I had friends, I had teachers, I had I had people, and I always thank God for that. It's important to be that ear gate, and those are my thoughts.